Hey there team, and welcome to Haradwaith. I've never actually played on this map, I don't think. It's not springing up into my mind any battles I've had here. But this is a pretty nice 4v4 sent in by Steward of Dale. Quick notice at the start of this, I think this will be going up on Friday. So from now on, I won't be accepting any more battles, unfortunately. So I'll be directing, if you want to send me something, I'll direct it toward Eskimo or maybe Total War 1 or something like that, because I've got a lot of battles to get through, and I just can't do any more. So thank you very much, but this will be that. I've got a few that people have already sent me though, so if you've already sent it, don't worry, I will do it. But if you want to send me anything more, I can't. He's got his Dalian bowman out front. He's given them an armor upgrade, which is nice and makes them very damn sturdy because they've already got a shield on their back. So something Dale can do incredibly well is just skirmish. And he's got his Bardian marksman. He's even given them an armor upgrade. So this is going to be a very sturdy skirmish line. We've got the Kelduin River Patrol, 2 of them. Behind that, some Dalian spears, an armor upgrade for them too. So they're pretty beefy. Then the Barding Herd. Triple Barding. Oh, sorry. Yeah, triple Barding Herd. That's good. Yeah, good to see. Then some more Dalian spears and dismounted Earls of Dale. 2 of them. He's got his general in with the Dalian paladins. Yep, which is nice. That sword of his is going to be AP because he's in an AP unit. Then some more dismounted Earls of Dale and some Greenwood lumbermen and Dalian cav. What do we have over here? Is this another unit of Dalian cav? It's an Earls of Dale. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's always nice to get an Earls of Dale and a Dalian cav, just so you've got a good mixture of Lancers and melee cav. Little pause there. It started snowing. It's snowing like crazy outside, which is not too abnormal for us, but as I say, it's quite intense, which is very sudden. It was quite a nice morning. Anyway, his first ally here is a Mordor army led by Beowyn. So he's got his Melkor's Chosen, Sauron's Well, Moron infantry, some Temple Executioners. Have they received an armor upgrade? They have. Good, cool. Makes them a bit more sturdy. Then the Bulldogs of Durthang. That's where we've got the general today. And then some more Moron infantry, the Olokai, and some Nazgul. More Sauron's Well, Orc fodder, of course, 2 units of Orc fodder, Moron guard, some Moron archers. Nice to see somebody going a little bit more expensive with the Mordor archers. They're still pretty poor quality, but it's something. Wait. Oh, right. Troll drummers and Olokai. Whoopsie daisies. I thought for a second he had 2 units of Olokai. It's a bit unnecessary. It's very. I always like crossing lakes on Medieval 2 because you just do this like jumping around thing. Oh, we've got a nice stone circle here that the people of Harad have put up. The next ally here is Arturius. King of Isengard. Arturius is leading Gondor today with his Citadel Guard and Axemen of Losanak. More Citadel Guard, Marksmen of Kirandros, Fountain Guard, great to see, Guards of Osgiliath, very nice. Gondor Militia Archers, cool. And then more Fountain Guard. Some Gondorian Spearmen there with some armor upgrades. Then more Gondor Spears, Axemen. In the back here, the Lothlorien Honor Guard. That's where he's put his general. I've talked about this a lot before, just about how much I value the rally ability, and that's why I don't put my general in with the Lothlorien Honor Guard anymore. But they are a damn good unit for him to be in. I just kind of want to cross that little ridge there. The Temple Inquisitors here have been brought by Misericordi. Yep. In his next one, the next Mordor army here. Moron infantry there, Sauron's Well, Orc fodder, Minas Morgul Chosen, Moron halberds there, and the Orc Javies, lots of Orc Javies, and Minas Morgul Chosen, and finally the Orc fodder there. Temple Executioners here, no armor upgrade for them today, but the Sauron's Well and the Moron infantry are there as well. In addition to that, Olokai, and the Dunaim Lancers. Yeah, so we didn't miss anything, no, good. So we will position ourselves up here. I think I probably didn't need to do that. Slowed down, so let's jump into 2 times speed. This is going to be pretty crazy. The thing that initially kind of scares me is how far back Arturius has to... Oh, that's dangerous, Arturius. What if this Umbar? It's either Umbar or Imladris. So if it's Umbar, they might have some Castamir's Rangers ready to go, and they could just rip right through you, Arturius. I don't know, man. I think I'd probably bite the bullet and just I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd probably organize myself there, but it does leave Mordor out by himself. I'm kind of feeling the red side right now, because they can kind of get these three deployed all together. Yellow could deploy, who I think is Lothlorien, could deploy all the way back in that corner. Oh, of course, you can't see my cursor when I use shadow play, but over here, you know, Lothlorien could deploy, and then you can kind of get a good 3v2 going up against Gondor and Mordor here, while, you know, Lothlorien comes up here to try and hold back a 2v1 attack, which Lothlorien, being an archer-heavy faction, can kind of do. Steward of Dale is deploying... Oh, he's splitting his forces up. That's interesting. I like it. It's very cool to see. Got some pretty even splits by the looks of things. His cavalry on the left, though, and more of just a holding infantry force on the right. Okay, cool. I like that. But I think, as I say, if I was Lothlorien, I would deploy in that corner. I would probably not take this fight against Dale, because Dale is the only... I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Dale's the only real human faction that can actually skirmish down elves, I feel. I think some human factions can, but definitely not cost effectively. You know, with Dale, because your boys are quite nicely armed, because they've all got shields, and because they're damn good archers at the end of the day, I tend to think that they can skirmish down elves. I think they're the only human that can do it comfortably. But, and I wouldn't want to take that fight. I would want to be falling on back. Now, looks like that is what he has done, which I am in agreement with, as I say. Let's see who we've got here. We've got Telperion, cool. So he is leaving some forces here. His Lorenland archers, 2 units off them. Then some Spears of the Wood, more Spears of the Wood. In the back, March Wardens off the wood and Spears of the Wood. He's made himself a little fortress here with his Riders off the Golden Wood. That's what they are, yeah. Then the Lorenland Mounted Company. Swordmasters, Warriors, Swordmasters, Warriors, and Kindred. There might be some more hidden units, but we wouldn't really be expecting a large force from Lothlorien. Their next ally is Glateti, leading the Orcs off the Misty Mountains. He's got his Black Orcs off the mountains there. My voice is dead for a second, so hopefully that comes back to me. Goblin King's bodyguard there. Mountain Orc host. Crossbowmen. Cave Troll drummers. Some Goblin archers. Heaps of Goblin archers with the Goblin infantrymen there. And the halberd line. Oh god. Halberds. Oh no, they are backed up by some infantry, because I was worried those unshielded halberds would get hurt pretty badly by the Mordor archers, to be honest. Yeah, when they're compact in this very tight blob, and there might even be some bloomin' shadow bows. No, we're not seeing any jumping up. They would definitely want to be active very quickly if they saw this sort of blob in front of them. That's an Imladris. Oh, sorry, that's Dol Amroth. Whoops, a daisy. I saw silver and I was like, well, it's not Umbar. We've got Death Eater bringing Dol Amroth today with his Idleland men at arms, Belfast Marines, Haven Knights. Oh yeah, is that pronounced Itheland? Have I been pronouncing that wrong the whole time? Because I was watching a video by Arhir Galudathon recently about sort of a DAC update, and he was saying sorry, how did I say it? Itheland, yeah. Peridil Riders here, so I'll have to look into that if it's Itheland or Itheland. We've got the Dol Ernal pikes there with an armor upgrade, which is nice. Swordsmen behind them. Dismounted Knights Silver Swan. Hopefully we can see them do some good work today. And the Edhland Halberds. Haven Guard there. Swordsmen and more pikes. Over on the left, some more Marines, Halberds, and more horses, of course. The Arathirum are on the field today. Hopefully we see them perform admirably. Because sometimes they don't. Well, for me anyway, or when I see them. Clem has brought some Eastron clansmen. He's actually keeping his Eastron clansmen in the reserve today, which is nice. I like that. I like when people keep their militia in reserve. So, then he's got his Camels Chosen, Dragon Knights, and the Wain Riders. The main line, Flagrim, 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 and Eastron crossbows, Gamperim line, and Narim. The crossbow fire will be useful up against a lot of these Mordor forces, but you would definitely be wanting to slam some of that fire into the men of Gondor, because those pikes are not going to be super effective up against the Gondorians, or not as effective as the halberdiers would be. And we'll jump into this then. So I'll be slowing it down, but as I say, when it comes to 4v4s, it's just the way of things. I will miss things. And I'm really sorry about that. So, if any player was in this match and watches this video and I did miss something, please do mention it, you know, so that it does sort of get remembered. But because I will not spot everything. Gondor archers really getting some point blank fire here into the front of these pikes. Now I know they have the armor upgrade, but it's still going to be messy for them. They're out on their own though, and yeah, Death Eaters punishing this. They didn't even get a volley off, poor guys. They were shaken there. So, not a tremendous amount of casualties. That could have been a lot worse for both sides. And those Haven Knights are taking a bit of fire, but they're heavily armored. And they're going to be shrugging off a lot of that damage. We're going to be getting a clash kicking off here. As the Mordor infantry, they've stopped right in front of the front line though. I know why they have, but I guess they're just defending the javelins, but to be honest, I'd want to throw myself into this. I know it's a Gamperim line, and it's going to be very unpleasant, but still. Those clansmen have actually had to come in over onto the right side of this force. That's where they've had to be sent in, and they are not going to be loving that fight. The main line of Gamperim and Flagrim is going to be holding this back without issue. So I see why he's not really wanting to take that fight. Yeah, no, I didn't like it at first, but it's smart. Just take the fight where you're going to be winning, and just kind of stare them down elsewhere. Sorry about jeepers sake, the frame rate is taking a nosedive. I think that is an issue with. It seems like shadow play is great for these more intensive games. Am I doing this on? No. Yeah, just check my fan to make sure I wasn't on silent mode or anything like that. I think shadow play is great for the more intense games, but when it comes to, you know, Medieval 2, I think OBS is kind of better. But oh well. We started in shadow play, so we'll finish in shadow play. Again, it's another stare now, which I kind of enjoy. It's like just getting the fodder looking each other in the eyes while people throw arrows at each other from above. Steward of Dale is going to be advancing on over, which is smart, but yeah, Lothlorien is doing what I think is right, and he's coming on to back up his ally. He's going to need to block up this passageway though, because the stew is coming on around. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a lot of red forces there. The Barding Herd are going to come up, and now the Barding Herd are just going to be mincing their way through this. Where's the crossbow fire for the Barding Herd? I don't know, man. It's got to be somewhere. Yeah, okay, the crossbows are back there, because the crossbows need to be mincing through this. Oh, sorry. The Orc fodder, of course, are on their team. But those Barding Herd are going to be ripping through that halberd line. And, the heavy goblin infantry. And they've actually made it there without too many casualties from all of the Snaga and the crossbow fire. So they've done well. They're going to be getting fought by these Lothlorien men, though. Yeah, oh, victory is certain. That's a sturdy-ass line of gobos. Well done. But I think that will be changing momentarily when the Barding Herd really clash properly. Over here, let's slow it down a little bit. Just say 0.7. Might help with the frame rate a bit. That's interesting, because they've got a damn good surround on these Dornernal pikes, but okay, no, it's changed now. Yeah, the Dornernal pikes were still having victory is certain there, and the poor Dornernal swordsmen are just a bit outclassed here by their Gondorian brothers. Just that heavy armor difference is enough. Archer fire, yeah, a lot of archer fire just pecking away at these guys, and the Melkor's Chosen. Good move there, coming in to like support. They're not letting this just become a normal 2v2, well, a double 2v2. You know, they are fighting them properly here. This is where there's a very brutal clash, though. We're at 31 for 17, so the blue side have suffered tremendous casualties already, as the Camel's Dragon Knights are slipping through passing the Fountain Guard. And, oh, okay, nope, more Fountain Guard are stopping them. I thought they were going to make it. But no, this is going to be an absolute bloodbath for those poor Dragon Knights. Dragon Knights are exceptional, but the Fountain Guard do not screw around. A few of them are going to make it out, but they might even break. No, they're not going to break, but their effectiveness has been very nicely hampered by Artorias. Good catch. Very good catch there. A lot of firepower coming in where they're weakest on this right side. Just trying to deal with it as the Shadow Guard heroically form a last stand. We've even got some Ithilland halberdiers over here. Or Ithilland? Yep, once again. Can't be sure. The Temple Inquisitors, but we saw it quickly in the last 4v4. Those Temple Inquisitors got shot to pieces by Toby Wiseau's horse archers. So, once again, I had the urge to say horse cavalry. I stalked myself, though. I'm improving. Better quality every day from Wendy Pops. So Minas Morgul Chosen here have connected with the strong crossbows, and there's nothing more that can really stop them. Maybe what you'd... Oh no, not when the Inquisitors are through. I was going to think maybe Clem could pull the crossbows back and get the Narem over, but I don't know. This is at the breaking point now. This front line is holding. He's pulling troops off the front line, though. And, yeah. Alright, okay. Adunheim Lancer's even coming over. Good move. I'm really chuffed with his play here, actually. Oh, these are... Oh, sorry. No, that's his own forces. Ah, I'm confusing the Mordor players right now. The Haven Knights are exceptional, but they definitely do have a match in the Melkor's Chosen. Bolg's champions standing by. They could be coming over to help out, but I think they've got their work cut out for them over here. What firepower was that? Cheapers sake, that's the Riders of the Golden Wood just tearing holes through this front line. Troll Drummers keeping those orcs in check. Of course, probably unnerving the men of Dale, but no, it's good to have the more stubborn orcs fighting by your side. It's hard to really tell. When you've got the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, or well, I guess these Mountain Uruks battling up against the Mordorians, or Mordorians? Forces of Mordor. Temple Inquisitors are thrown on in there. There's nothing really to match them with the exception, I guess, the Swordmasters, but it's still not a good match. Goblin Archers having to be sent on forward. As Stew. Oh my goodness. Damn, no, you'd have to push around a little bit more. These poor Cav have been shot to pieces. But, oh dear, you know, hey, he's got to shoot something. He might as well shoot these heavily armoured Earls of Dale in their nice spread out formation. But I think that is a bit of a micro loss. I was just thinking, if you could line some men up, like nice and close to the lake edge, you could maybe get some shots into the back of the front line here. But all in all, Telperion is having to keep some of his militia in reserve. And if there was a push made here, I'm sure it would get shot to pieces quite quickly. They've pulled it back a bit. The difference is not as bad as it originally was, as the Olakai are coming flying forward. But the Goblin King Bodyguard are here. We're getting the Lorinand Warriors here, those nice big axes to come cracking through that sturdy Olakai armor. And yeah, I really don't know right now. It's just let's zoom out a little bit just so we can get a good view of the entire battlefield, or a better view. Gondor has pushed through these Dol Amroth men, showing that you know, the forces of Gondor definitely are the infantry powerhouse over their not protectorate, their vassal. I don't know what you would describe them as, really. Durnonnell archers, though, just firing point blank into these approaching men. This, yeah, definitely not been picked, because you'd want to maybe slam right into those marksmen of Carandros. But it looks like right now Death Eater just wants to get them back, just keep their attention focused for a little while longer. As over here, hopefully they're going to win. Actually, it looks a lot better than it did before. That's a very organized front line, though. Not very messy at all. All the bodies are clumped up very well. Oh, continuing on with this battle after running a few errands. We are back on the far left of the battlefield, as what's left of the Minas Morgul Chosen are rattled into by these elite forces of Rhun. Yeah, the Camel's Shadow Guard are still there, chasing off these Minas Morgul Chosen. That's a big unit off them going off the field. They would have probably returned from that had they not been on the edge of the map. we do still have these Temple Inquisitors that are going to be coming in and out, doing some cycle charging. There's a few Dunaim Lancers there as well. They're going to be making Clem suffer a fair bit. But I'm still giving the victory to the runic forces over here. I would be tempted to maybe gather all of this and move on over to the other side of the battlefield. The Gondorians have pushed on over, and they are successful here. Yeah, pretty. There's no more men. Oh, that's kind of funny. It's the Mordor general along with shoot, what's that fellow's name again? But the big old tumor face both died at the same time in the same sort of moment. And that's another general dropped. So it looks like we're having a bit of a catastrophe across the field. We're at 65 for 60. So this is the first time that the blue side have actually taken the lead in terms of kills. But over this battlefield, it doesn't look like things are going too great. Dismounted Orcs of Dale alongside the Barding Herd are kind of having a lot of trouble. I guess they're up against the Goblin King bodyguard and they're backed up by Elven Swordmasters, so you can't really blame them. There's the Troll Drummers here. There's still 11 of them. They've not jumped into the fight. They can do something, especially in the late game. 11 Trolls is, you know, they're going to be able to do something. That's actually quite a nice shot. Let's just go for something like that. That looks good. Yeah. Get a bit of the river, get some mountains. It's nice. The March Wardens coming into this formation now. Those Temple Inquisitors, Executioners, sorry, have been fighting for a really long time. There's still 47 of them, so they have been picking their engagements quite well. And they're fighting side by side with the Dalian Paladins, so the elites have been focused together on this left flank, and it's no surprise that they've been dominating. I saw the Nazgul. There we are. How many Nazgul do we have left? There's still 11, did I see? Well, there's not much chance in these Snaga skirmishers, 12 even, not much chance these Snaga skirmishers are going to be able to deal with a Nazgul. So, yeah, that's a good use. When you get Nazgul mixed in amongst the Temple Executioners, that's a tough thing to break. Bolg's Champions are around, and they're actually coming in for some cycle charging on the Troll Drummers, which I think is the best way to deal with them, to be honest. You'd really want like a dedicated quick moving Lancer unit to do that, but the Bolg's Champions, like the Melkor's Chosen, have such a big attack value, such a big base attack value, that they are able to charge like Lancers. Those Galadrim Blade Masters, I quite like that unit. But yeah, I don't really play Lothlorien too much, not enough anyway. Now, I was definitely going to be giving that, even though we do have this elite powerhouse in the side, I was going to be giving that to Telporion and Clateti, but this Gondorian force moving in is a frightening thing. We've still got the, good stuff. Yeah, the Temple Inquisitors have come over here. They'll definitely be good enough to deal with those mounted company. And yeah, that's unfortunate. A few of the Dunaim Lancers there. The green capes of the Mordor Dunaim Lancers, whereas the Umbar ones have a red cape, I believe. I definitely think the red cape of the Umbar ones look a bit better, but the Dunaim Lancers are pretty nice looking dudes. Yeah. I really like the dark Numenorians. It's, you know, they're a cool touch. One of my recent comments, well, not done by me, but on my last video, or second last actually, sorry, in which somebody stated that, you know, say 2 years ago, a Mordor army might be like sort of 5,000 men as standard, and whereas nowadays an army of Mordor is probably about 2,000 men, you know, at most. And the reason for that is because over the last 2 years, Mordor has changed a lot as a faction. They are no longer this horde swarm that you can expect from, say, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. Now, with the inclusion of the Dark Numenorians, they're definitely something else. You know, Mordor is an elite mixed in with fodder force. That's a good break there for those two Dragon Knights. That's very well done, breaking off those militia archers. Belfast Marines, I guess they've got a lot of ammunition to spend, but I would probably not want to be using it on that. That's probably going to come back, though, to be honest. As will that. So, if I was this unit of cavalry, I'd probably want to chase them off. But I guess they want to try and break something else. As Baywin's got some Moranon Guard breaking. Those guards of Osgiliath, no, they're definitely not getting charged by the Mordor forces, but, oh god, they will hurt those Riders of the Golden Wood. Yeah, I don't know if I would have taken that fight from with Telperion. Marksmen of Caer Andros coming in. They've used up their ammunition, so they are now just sort of a pretty decent, you know, budget swordmaster. I do talk a lot of crap about human swordmasters, but no, the Marksmen of Caer Andros are pretty damn decent. For you know, their main purpose being an archer. Citadel Guard having a very easy time here up against the heavy goblin crossbows. Absolutely no defensive skill from those little gobos. So, you know, but they wear some semblance of armor. Of course, it's more for style, to style themselves after Durin's Bane, the Balrog, or the fires that whip off him. But the Citadel Guard will chew through that, or slice through it quite elegantly. And, yeah, they've done their best to pull forces away to hold this back. With very organized sort of frontline engagements all along, really. Over here, though, barding herd, mixed in with some barding, with a lot of barding marksmen, making up the bulk of this force. This is another thing that Dale is really good for. It's just all of their archers are pretty damn competent in melee, especially when you give them an armor upgrade like this, but up against Lornan swordmasters, that's not enough. Those barding herd coming cracking down with their beautiful halberds is just not what you need up against those swordmasters. The cave troll drummers have had to be sent on in as well into the back lines of this. The barding herd coming crack. Oh, actually, sorry, no, cave troll drummers don't wear much armor. You really just want heavy damage to deal with them. But Clateti's got a good surround here. Let's zoom on in and see how that sort of looks. Oh god, yeah, that is pretty insane. That there is this perfect surround over what's left of those barding men, and they are not going to be lasting too long. The elites have pushed on though, and they are just trying to drive the point home. And oh god, this is going to be a lot closer than it sort of felt for a while there. The Dalian Paladins are going to be cracking into those Troll Drummers without issue. Troll Drummers are not wearing much armor, but there's a heavy amount of damage from those Dalian Paladins. Definitely what you want. Kindred, though, the Kindred are probably a good unit to be going toe-to-toe with them, because they rely a lot on their elven defensive skill, rather than just sort of beefing armor over themselves. So the Dalian Paladins are going to be struggling. Over next to them, though, we have the Temple Executioners, who are slicing through the militia forces of Lothlorien. So it really is just a case of the militia are holding them back while the Kindred kind of try to deal with the Dalian Paladins quickly as they can. Oh, sorry, of course, those troll drummers are not fighting the Dalian Paladins. Yeah, sorry about that, team. This reinforcing force over here has kind of been bounced off a little bit. Let's have a look at this one here. A lot of Kelduin River Patrol, kind of just overwhelming, and actually backed up by some Dalian Spears, yeah. And a few charges from all the way at the other side of the battlefield. This is some good use of the cavalry. What's left? He's got 3 separate units here. Scraps of 3 separate units are doing quite a good bit of work. So with all of that, they will take down the Spears of the Wood. Kelduin River Patrol over here, yeah, just overwhelming this with just their manpower. I do like, they've got quite nice swords, you know, they look like they can sort of match some people, but their stats really do say otherwise. Once they've used up their javelins, they really are just a bit of fodder. These mounted company, very mobile, one of the biggest units of cavalry remaining in this late stage, but not really melee cavalry. So there still is the Temple Inquisitors, the Melkor's Chosen, so that's not going to be too fun. Heavy Goblin Halberds making their way incredibly quickly across the battlefield. They're, yeah, one of the swiftest units in this game. Belfast Marines coming in for a backstab on the Citadel Guard, though. And they're not routing, are they? Oh, that's a shame. That was 85 men routing off the field there, but I guess they were getting men, they were being approached from all sides, and, yeah, just vastly outnumbered, so that's fair enough. And Citadel Guard are going to come on up and deal with the Cave Troll Drummers. It looks like they were trying to aid the Belfast Marines with a bit of morale bonus, but it didn't really work out. We've got one Haven Guard here, who's going to come screaming into the guards of Osgiliath, but that was a bit of just a desperate charge. Wasn't really going to work out too well. A lot of javelins, though. Definitely some javelins to the face of the Fountain Guard would be felt, but it looks like they've got other targets. I would definitely go for the front of a Fountain Guard rather than the back of a Marksman of Caer Andros, but I think they might have just been, you know, on fire at will or something like that. Clem's got quite a decent force, actually. Still got his Narim. Those boys they've still got their crossbows. Camel's Chosen, looking nice. Shadow Guard, okay. Yeah, this could still... They're definitely still in the game here. Clem's running, which... I don't know about that. I think that your allies over there are... Good move! Okay, so General did go down there, but he managed to bring down one more Dalian Paladin as he did. I would definitely slow down, because I think that your allies over here are done. And it's probably better just to take your time, form up properly, and then do this fight as an organized force. Because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, you're one player, whereas they're quite a few players, but there's a problem with that in terms of micromanagement capabilities. But generally, it's kind of, you're working with one mind, with one plan. So that's, there's benefits and negatives, as I say. And maybe I'm wrong about that, but I would definitely approach slowly. Because your allies are done. What are we at overall? 91 for 90, so that's damn close. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Very good, elf. Perfect. That was this is a long one. Jeepers sake, he's going for it for a long ass time. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen somebody die that long. And the boys actually seem to keep hitting him as he was freaking out like that. That's kind of cool. Lornand archers bolting away at 22 men. Yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of very scary units around them. Some Greenwood lumbermen remaining. And now it is just a case of assembling the blue team, or the green team, and preparing for this final scrap. More on archers, firing. They've got a good little side shot on these men. Right side, so their shields aren't coming into play, but the Shadow Guard are lacking shields altogether, so that's fair enough. And it looks like Clem is keen to just clatter on forward. Those Camels Chosen are still nice and beefy in their number, so... as long as them Lothian Honor Guard will pierce through them quite well, and the Fountain Guard, of course, but it looks like he's going to be overwhelming what's left of Gondor here before Gondor's allies are able to jump on him. So that's interesting. Narem, of course, losing that. Camel's Chosen dominating, but that's a very small unit of Fountain Guard there, actually. The Guards of Osgiliath weren't really able to get their pikes down properly. And the Marksman Kiran, this is a very disorganized little clash there from Arturius. I think he just wasn't really too ready for this. Maybe Clem did have the right idea by rushing on in. But now he is going to have to worry about his flanks as his Gamp Rim gets surrounded. He's going to have to really turn this into a bit of a bowl just to make it a bit harder to flank around him. And it's quite good. Clem is keeping a few forces back. The Dalian cavalry shutting down those crossbows. That's unfortunate. He really could have used those in the later stages here. Flagrim kind of struggling. Over here as well. Damn, the Camels Chosen are not making out of this too well either. I don't know. Not a great charge there, boys. You didn't really have an excuse for that. That was a... Damn, oh well. Yeah, and now the Gamp Rim just getting absolutely swallowed up by Dalian spears. So they're not really going to be able to form up properly. They're going to get stabbed from the sides and even the back in a moment. All by one unit. The Nazgul, yeah, the Nazgul coming forward, that's it, over. Unless those Nazgul were right in the center of that unit of Camels Chosen, that's really the only thing that could have dealt with them. And 4 cavalry in this late game, late stage of the game, just coming in and out and in and out and in and out against those Flag Rim. It's going to be enough to deal with it, I think. Nah, there's nothing he's got to shut that down as Baywin comes on around with what's left of his forces. So we'll just, we'll prop ourselves up here, because this will still take a bit of time to go through. We'll go back up to 1 times speed. That was a really cool one. Yeah, I really am enjoying these sort of like 4v4s. I've done a lot of sieges recently, and I love sieges. Sieges are definitely sort of the best sort of content I like to do. But 4v4s are a lot of fun. 1v1s are a lot of fun. But yeah, so everything's good. Yeah, but as I say, I think I'm in a bit of a 4v4 mood right now. But as I say, I'm going to go away about midway through March. So, and I've got quite a lot of my own battles I need to get through. I've got a lot of my own content I kind of want to sort out and get put out before I go away. I want to finish this Avalorn campaign on Warhammer 2. And a few other little bits and bobs. So it is a big thing of like, I just won't be able to accept any more battles. But there's a lot of boys out there that I'm sure would be very willing to. And Scout is in a bloomin', he is in a power mood right now. Like, guy's live streaming like every night and getting a lot of videos out. So I'm sure he's grateful for the battles too. Just so he can keep on pumping the stuff out and keep on growing at the rate he is. So that's pretty nice. But no, I will speed it on up as what we've got left here. 94, yeah, that's pretty freaking close for a 2v2. This map was a lot of fun, and definitely the right move from Gondor there. Arturius spawning, well, moving his army really close into that little corner worked out well. I was really worried about that. I really enjoyed that people divided up their armies to like push different areas. Like, I'm pretty bad at that because I design my army to work as one single unit. Especially when I play as like Cardlin. My army with Cardlin is one block and it doesn't work independently from each other. So it was cool to see people doing that and getting those sorts of, you know, battles going, sort of really working alongside each other. Dalian Paladins, they're absolute machines, and they caught a hell of a lot of prisoners. That's awesome. Yeah, they were picking their fights very nicely, though, and they were fighting side by side with the Temple Executioners, so that was cool. It was only really when they went up against the Kindred that they were stopped. The Earls of Dale, we saw them taking a lot of arrow fire, so that's why they didn't really do too well. And melee cavalry are never really going to rack up that many kills. Melee cavalry are there to kill Cav, of course, so yeah, Cav aren't very big units. Dalian Cav did a fair bit better, and we saw, like, those last 4 guys, I think, were pretty instrumental in just saving lives toward the end game. And 224, damn. I guess they were clattering into, like, Orcs of the Misty Mountain, but still, well done, Earls of Dale. I really like them as a unit. Barding Herd, triple Barding Herd, got shot a lot. So that's my reasoning for why they didn't really, because they were perfect targets. I would be shooting them with my crossbows and my Snaga skirmishers, you know. Dalian spears there, yeah, and you can see by the amount of people that have been healed up, that's generally a decent sign that they were, you know, they were shot to pieces. So yeah, that 18, 99, and 55, because I rolled over it with my cursor, but once again, you can't see my cursor. Dalian spears did pretty well. They're never really going to be getting the best kill count. 174 from a Kildoran River Patrol, though. I'm down for that. That's really good. 261 from a marksman. That's great. Bowmen there doing their part. Yep, in melee too, I'm sure. And damn, 81 from the Greenwood boys. Good stuff. Yeah, nice. All in all, very well done there. Baywin, yeah, so he was fighting alongside Dale. Always good to, you know, be backing up a human, or I guess looking at the numbers there, it wasn't a huge amount of difference. I was going to say it's always good to kind of take the brunt of damage there for a human, but Baywin went pretty elite with his armies, so fair enough. Yeah, yeah, took a good bit of blasting to get through that quite well organized Clatete front line. So really sort of grinded that down well, and could use the template, you know, to executioners alongside the Nazgul. That's always a death you know, combination. Arturius, I really enjoyed Arturius' stuff this battle. Like, he really split himself up nicely and pushed on through. Took the opportunity when he did see, like, because Death Eater sent a lot of boys around to back up Rhun, so he saw that, yep, he's a lot lighter on me, so I need to get stuck in, and he did that very well, and then he came through to assist his allies pushing through the main block there, so that was impressive. Very risky move, not spawning back, but it paid off very well. I absolutely loved Miser's cavalry play. That was awesome. Yeah. I thought a lot of the time it was Baywin, but no, it was Miser, and he was, yeah, on point with that. Really down for it. Definitely made the right choice. I disagreed with his choice of not, like, clashing into the entire front line, but when I did see what he was doing, he was focusing on the far right where things were a hell of a lot weaker and just trying to push on around. That was impressive. Yeah, there was no point in taking that fight up against the halberds when he didn't have to. So good stuff. Clem, well made front line. Unfortunately, like, you know, as I say, Miser's cavalry play definitely mucked up a lot of those crossbowmen, but all in all, not bad stuff. I don't know. I think it was right to come in and be aggressive. I misread the situation. I think forming up and treating that like it's another organized fight wouldn't have worked out too well. So, it was fair enough to charge him. Death Eater there, I think, yeah, good division of forces. Unfortunate that, like, a lot of the halberds, which maybe should have been used to fight Gondor, like, it was a lot of the pikes that were fighting Gondor, and the halberds were fighting Mordor. I would have felt maybe switching that around a bit could have been better, but, they wanted to roll over you, and that was kind of what was going to happen. I wasn't actually seeing. The cavalry might have died pretty early. We saw those Haven Guard. They were definitely very important to try and shut down bloody Miser's cavalry. So that was definitely, we did see them being chased around a fair bit, so that was good. Cloteti there, absorbing the damage for his team with those 3,450 losses there. So definitely being the meat shield that the Orcs of Misty Mountains know they can be. So that was some good stuff. Very nicely made front line. I was a bit worried about it just being shot to pieces. Very bold using the heavy goblin halberds in an open field, because I just find them so slow. Like, they're so painfully slow. And but they worked out pretty nicely. I know you can take them off their phalanx and you can run them, but then they're just exhausted. Like, yeah, it's they're so slow even when they're running. Yeah, but hey, good moves throughout. Didn't see a huge amount of trolls. But yeah, I don't know if trolls would have really changed too much. Like, it was a well-held front line, and it was good to bring the troll drummers, because I don't usually bring them myself, but they held it well, and great to see the elites being sent in immediately with the Goblin King bodyguard. Telperion there, as I say, left behind quite a substantial force, which definitely stopped Stu from coming slamming on around very quickly, and used his elite elves in a pretty sensible manner, I think. To really go after the dangers that were coming against him. He kind of left Cloteti to deal with a lot of the fodder, whereas he went for the big boys. So I don't think his kill count is really a totally fair estimate, because I think he was killing a lot more high quality guys. But yeah, all in all, that was a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully it wasn't too disjointed, but yeah, thanks so much.